Wow, look at that leaf, guys. Look at that leaf. Do you love leaves? Smash that like button if you love leaves. So I got a new phone. It's the iPhone 16 Pro Max. Look at that thing. Looks exactly like every other iPhone that they've made for like 10 years. There it is. It's kind of cool. It's got this side button here. It's a dedicated photography button. It's a dedicated camera button. Dedicated means it's only for like it's only for something. Or if it's something's dedicated to something, it's only for that use. Okay, so that side button on the new like iPhone 16s, it's a dedicated camera button. It's kind of cool. So it's a cool phone. I like it. I wouldn't say I'm blown away by the battery life, but it's not bad. So I'd say it's I don't know, it's about as good as any other phone that I've had recently. I get about a full day's use out of the phone. So the battery lasts a full day, and I'm a pretty heavy user, so it's all right. You know, I'm not blown away by it, but it's good. Do you know that phrase? What does that mean? I said I wouldn't say I'm blown away by the battery life. I wouldn't say I'm blown away. What does that mean? Blown away. Do you know what to blow something away means? Like this. Look, if I pick this leaf, I don't want to pick that one. That leaf is beautiful. I pick a dead kind of a leaf like this, okay? So look at this. So picked a little leaf here, and I'm gonna, now that leaf is blown away. It's blown away. Okay, so now it's fall here in Canada, so all the leaves are blowing away, right? The wind comes and it just blows all the leaves away. So you could say the leaves are all blown away. So what does that mean in the sentence I like talking about my phone battery life? Well, it means that phrase, or that phrasal verb, to blow away, blown away, it means, it's another way to say you're really surprised, or you're impressed with something, or you're like overwhelmed. Wow, like I'm blown away. I mean, look, just look at that right there, that tree there, guys, with the reflection on the water. I'm just blown away by the beauty of this place. I'm blown away. I'm gonna take a picture, guys, right here. Just gonna snap a shot of this scene here. Man, I'm blown away by the beauty of this place. That means I'm like overwhelmed. I'm impressed. I'm surprised. Wow. All right, so that's what blown away means. Now, what I said about the battery, I said I wouldn't say I'm blown away. That means I'm not super impressed. It's just kind of average, I would say. So if I loved it, let's say I got 2 full days of use out of the battery on my new iPhone 16 Pro Max, then I'd be like, whoa, 2 full days of use. I'm blown away. But I said I wouldn't say I'm blown away by it. So if you ask me, Mark, how's the battery life on your new phone? I would say, yeah, it's all right. I'm not blown away by it. Okay? So let me know down in the comments, what are you blown away by in life? And what are you not blown away by? So we use the word by there. Like, could you say with? I'm blown away with this. No, I think it's always by. Okay, I'll give you some examples. I am blown away by your generosity. Okay? So let's say you do something for me. I mean, you watch my videos and you always smash that like button. So I could say, I'm blown away by your kindness. I'm blown away by your generosity. Or if you're talking about something that happened recently, maybe you had a really good experience at a hotel or a restaurant or a movie theater, anywhere. You could say, I was blown away by her customer service skills. I had a great experience, and I was blown away by that. She was so kind. She was so professional. I was blown away by her skills. Okay. Or if let's say you go to a movie and you don't like it much. You'd say, I wasn't blown away by it. Sometimes people use the word meh. I don't know. I never use that word, but some people do. I had a friend in high school who always used that word, meh. It means it's just, no, it was average. Like if I would ask him, well, how was the movie? He'd just say, meh. Meh. That just means, it was nothing special. It was, it was all right. I mean, this word it doesn't mean bad. It's just like not super exciting, not super, you weren't super impressed by it. So, I wouldn't say I'm blown away by it. So you could say, or if you loved the movie, you could say, I was blown away. I was blown away by that movie. It was the best movie I've ever seen in my life. Okay, so try to think of some examples here, and I'll give you some more examples, because this is a great way. It's a word that you can use in any situation, because in life, we're always in a situation where we're impressed by something, or surprised by something, or we're not impressed by something. Maybe you went on a trip, okay, to some country, and then you get home and your mom asks you, hey, how was your trip? How was your trip? And you could say, yeah, I wasn't blown away by it. If maybe you didn't have a great time, maybe it was just kind of meh, right? It was just average. I wasn't blown away by it. Or maybe you were blown away, and you could say, Mom, I was totally blown away by the architecture of Europe. And that's why a lot of people go to Europe, because it's got really nice architecture, right? Like big churches, castles, just even the houses. Like, I love Germany. I love going around Germany and just seeing the style of the houses. They're so much more interesting than the houses here. Like, if you look at these houses here in Canada, I mean, this area where I'm walking is a really like an upscale, part of town. So I'm in Airdrie, Alberta. Sometimes people ask, hey Mark, where is this? This is in a small city just north of Calgary called Airdrie. And this is a really, I'd say, like an upscale community. Upscale means where rich people live, right? Where it's a nice area. It's like the land value is a lot higher than a normal place. I mean, just look at this, all right? So there's a house there. I don't know if you can see it very well. Maybe I'll take a picture of it. Pull out my camera, press my dedicated camera button, and I will take a picture of that house. Okay, so you can see it's got like 3 levels of decks. It's got like a triple, well, it's you've got the top. I don't know if you call that a balcony. Usually, like, if a deck is kind of higher, you call it maybe a balcony. You see, got kind of the balcony there. I'm not sure if that's coming off the bedroom or I don't know. And then you've got the second floor. That's probably coming right off the living room. It's a huge deck there. And then you've got the bottom kind of patio area. I'm not sure really what's down there, but you know, so you got that's a mansion, right? A mansion means a big house. And so you know, these houses are nice, right? But just generally speaking, I would say the architecture in Canada is, you know, it's nothing to be blown away by. It's nothing to be blown away by. Whereas, you know, the architecture in Europe, like those houses in Germany, I love that, guys. That's great architecture. You know, Germans are great at building things, right? German vehicles and cars and everything. So, you know, so there's another example. You know, you could be blown away by architecture. You could be blown away by someone's cooking, right? Let's say you get invited out to someone's house. You could say, wow, I am blown away by this meal. This is a great meal, you know. Thank you. Whoa, just moving onto this rock, guys. There, now I'm right on the waterfront. The waterfront means the edge of the water. Well, I mean, so all these houses, the reason these houses have high land value, well, one of the reasons they do is because these are waterfront properties. Right, so here's the water. All these houses here are waterfront properties. Now the house behind these, those are not waterfront properties. So they would be cheaper, right? Because, you know, what makes a value, what gives a house value? Well, one of the things that give a property value is the location and the kind of the features, the landscape. So you can see this is just beautiful. I mean, imagine living in that house. Every morning you wake up, maybe you go sit on your deck there and you drink a cup of coffee and you're just looking over this beautiful canal. Like, it's just gorgeous, right? I mean, that's valuable. How much would you pay to have a nice view? Is that something that's worth a lot to you? For some people, it's probably not worth much. Maybe they'd like to just stay in their bedroom all day and watch Netflix. But for some people, being in a nice area, it really adds a lot of value to a place, right? And they're willing to pay top dollar for it, right? If you pay top dollar, that means you're willing to pay the maximum amount for something. You know, he's willing to pay top dollar for that feature, you know, or that car or that house or that, you know. What are you willing to pay top dollar for? Some people, if they pay top dollar for clothing, they want all the nice brand, the name brand clothing. I don't even know the name brands. Gucci, is that a Prada? Is that a name brand? I don't give two rips about brands, guys. If you don't give two rips about something, it means you just don't care. If you walk around with a Gucci handbag, I won't be impressed. It wouldn't impress me. Maybe it would impress, you know what women, you know, what I've noticed about women is women are often more concerned about impressing other women than they are about impressing men. So if you let's say I saw you and you had $1,000 handbag. Is that even a, do people, what's the most expensive handbag you can get? I have no idea. If $500 or $1,000 or who knows? I've never been in the market for a handbag, guys. If you're in the market for something, it means you're looking to buy that thing, right? So I've never been in the market for that. If you met me, let's say we went on a date. You and me went on a date, and you had $1,000 Prada handbag. I wouldn't give two rips about that. I wouldn't even. Why do people spend so much money? Why do people pay top dollar for a brand? Is it actually better quality? Like, let me know if if you pay top dollar for things like a handbag. Maybe you're getting a really good quality handbag. I don't know. Like with a house, generally speaking, like these houses here, I mean, people pay top dollar for these. The quality of these houses is probably really good. Like the build quality is probably really good, So some people are willing to pay top dollar for a good product. So obviously I paid top dollar for my iPhone 16 Pro Max, right? Why? Because I saw, my whole life is kind of technology based. I make videos, I walk around taking pictures and posting on Instagram. Just last night I went to an Indian restaurant, and I posted some pictures from my new iPhone 16 Pro Max on Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, just search for madenglishtv and you'll find my pictures of the Indian food that I just posted there. It was great, by the way. I love Indian food, guys. But yeah, I don't. Some people wouldn't give two rips about a new phone, like paying top dollar for a new phone. How about you? Would you pay top dollar for the best phone? Right, because the iPhone 16 Pro Max is pretty much the best phone you could get, right? At least on the Apple side. The best phone you could get on the Android side is probably maybe the Samsung S24 Ultra these days, right? Or I don't know, the Google Pixel. I don't know, all these, every year they come out with a new phone, right? But right now the 16 Pro Max is pretty much the best phone on the market. So obviously I paid top dollar for that phone. Maybe you wouldn't see the value in that. Maybe you see value in paying top dollar for a Gucci handbag, right? So it's interesting how everybody's different. Everybody sees different values in things, right? And that can be hard on relationships. Give me an example. Has this ever happened to you where maybe you're in a relationship with someone and you see a lot of value in certain things, but your partner doesn't see any value in those things? Give me an example down in the comments of your relationship issues that you've had on these things. Like, because the problem is, I mean, let's say you want to buy a good quality vehicle, right? You really value that, having just nice features. You're willing to pay top dollar for it. And imagine your partner doesn't give two rips about that, and they're kind of judging you and criticizing you. Why are you wasting our money on that? Because when people are in a relationship, in a way their money is a little bit together, right? If they're married, they kind of, it's common, at least here in our culture. Maybe in your culture it's different. When people are married, their lives are kind of intertwined together, right? Intertwined. That means they're together. They're woven together, like a rope. If you see a rope, the different strands of the rope are intertwined with each other, right? So when you get married, it's like you become like a rope with your partner, and your lives are intertwined. So people's money is when people's money is intertwined, it can often cause like conflict, because you see tremendous value in having a good quality vehicle, but maybe your partner doesn't give two rips about that. So your partner's judging you, right? So, let me know some examples, guys, in your life. I know you've experienced this. I've experienced this. Everybody's probably experienced this. Or maybe you value a nice meal. You like going out for good quality food, but maybe your partner doesn't give two rips about quality food. Maybe your partner just wants to go to McDonald's and, spend like $5 on fries, French fries, and maybe a drink or something. So everybody has different values, and it can cause a lot of turmoil in a relationship. Turmoil means like tension and turbulence, like it's just maybe fighting and grief. Have you ever been in a relationship that was just full of turmoil? Yeah, guys, I love you. You've had problems in life. I've had problems in life. But thank God we have these nice leaves to cheer us up today. Look at this leaf, guys. Man, these bright red leaves and the berries. Man, look at those berries. Oh man, I'm thankful for these trees and these bushes. So I'm just kind of, aimlessly, I'm just wandering around here. If I were with a partner, maybe if I had a girlfriend, she'd be like, let's just walk. Let's walk. Let's not just kind of wander around aimlessly. So, again, that would be tension, right, in our relationship. I want to just slow down, enjoy the leaves, enjoy everything. Maybe my girlfriend would just be like, let's just go. That's why I don't have a girlfriend. I like to just take life at my own pace. I like to take life at my own pace, guys. The word pace means speed. How about you? Do you like to take life at your own pace? If you like to, and this is another point of conflict in a relationship, right? Because, some people, they're fast movers. They do everything quickly. They walk quickly. They want to do everything quickly. Other people are just more like laid back. Laid back means relaxed, and they do everything a little bit slower. So if people are doing things at different speeds, it's really hard for them to be together. It's hard for their lives to be intertwined. Like maybe your partner wants to be on time for everything, so they're rushing to be on time for everything, and maybe you don't care if you're late. So you're, 20 minutes late for an event. So, everybody has different values, and, what are some things that you don't give two rips about? So I told you, I don't give two rips about a $1,000 handbag. I don't give two rips about any brand name. I mean, some brands are better quality than others. Obviously, right? Like a BMW would be better quality probably than a Hyundai, right? But is it that much? Does it justify the extra cost to get higher quality because you're paying a lot more for a BMW, right? I don't know. Maybe you give two rips about it. Maybe your partner doesn't give two rips about that. So anyway, so what things blow you away, right? So that's the purpose of this video, to teach you that phrase, to be blown away by something. Are you blown away by that seagull flying up there? I don't know if you can see it, but those clouds are... You could say, man, I'm just blown away by those beautiful clouds. This weather is amazing. I'm blown away by the weather today. This is gorgeous. Or you could say, I'm not blown away by all the mosquitoes. Actually, there are no mosquitoes out here, but yeah. You could say, I wasn't blown away by the mosquitoes. I went camping yesterday, or I went camping last weekend, and it was a great time, but I wasn't blown away by the mosquitoes. I wasn't blown away by the mosquitoes. I mean, you weren't excited about, you weren't impressed, you weren't overwhelmed by the, by the mosquitoes. You were kind of irritated and annoyed by the mosquitoes, right? So, yeah, so I would say with my new phone, the iPhone 16 Pro Max, the camera is, I think it's pretty good, I mean, you've seen some of the pictures I've posted here, and I'd say, yeah, I'm blown away by the camera. I like the dedicated camera button, but the battery life, meh. It's all right. I get a day's use. As long as I get a full day's use out of a phone, it's all right. I'm not gonna complain about it, but it's really nothing to write home about either, right? Because these days most phones give you one full day of battery life. So if you buy a phone and it gives you one full day, well, it's okay, but it's nothing to write home about. That's another idiom. That's another way of saying it doesn't blow you away. Okay? You could say, it's nothing to write home about. Hey Mark, how's the battery life? It's nothing to write home about. Now, the difference between these two things, blown away and nothing to write home about, is that with nothing to write home about, it's always used about negative things. You never say the positive version, like it is something to write home about. You wouldn't say like, wow, that house is something to write home about, right? My phone is something to write home about. No, you say, my phone is okay, it's nothing to write home about. The house, yeah, that's all right, it's nothing to write home about. Maybe you bought a new car. Yeah, it's all right, it works, it's nothing to write home about. Okay, so that one is always negative. It's always the negative. But with blown away, it can be positive. If you say, I am blown away, I'm blown away, that's positive. Or you could say, I'm not blown away. Okay, or you could say, like I did, I wouldn't say that I'm blown away by the battery life. I wouldn't say that, right? So there you have it, guys. Give me some examples in life. I think that's enough examples. You get this, right? You get it. You could say, Mark, I'm blown away by your teaching skills. You're not blown away, are you? Let me know in the comments if you're blown away by my teaching skills or if you're not blown away. You could say, Mark, you're all right. You're a good teacher, but I'm not blown away by this video. Or you could say, I wouldn't say that I have been blown away by this video. I wouldn't say that I've been blown away by this video. Okay, so this, like most words, right, they can have different forms. So, like you could say, he blew me away with the surprise party. Wow. Let's say your brother plans you a surprise party. He blew me away. So there it's the past, blew, simple past, right? He blew me away. If it's like this, usually it's kind of in that third form, the participle, like blown. We usually say, if you're blown away, yeah. Like in most situations, like I just gave you all the examples, right? I'm blown away by this beauty, or I'm not blown away by the phone. So it's very often it's with that word blown, not blue, but it could be any form. Okay, wow, you're blowing me away right now. Let's say you're leaving so many nice comments on under my video right now. I could say, wow, you're blowing me away, right? With all your nice comments, because you're doing it right now, right? So it's the continuous form. So like any word, it can change forms, but generally it's in the most common, I would say it's in that form with the N, blown away. I'm blown away by your generosity. I'm blown away by all your support. Thank you guys so much for all your support. Thank you for always smashing that like button. Thank you for the nice comments. Thank you for existing. Thank you for being alive. I really appreciate that. I love you guys so much. Well, as always, from here in beautiful Alberta, Canada. Man, this is nice. This is a nice day out here. I wish you could join me out here by the nice canal and we'd go for a walk together. So let me know all your thoughts down in the comments. I love reading your comments. And as always, hope you're doing great. Hope you're staying safe, healthy, and happy. And well, from here in Airdrie, I'll sign off for now, and I'll see you over in the next episode of Mad English TV. Take care.